Here are some highlights of this program. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mix, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that it's a brainstorm. You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. I am Guy Tomi from Kinshasa City, Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Our world is changing rapidly. Societies are evolving. Ways of life are being reshaped. In the midst of this transformation, one key question arises: how can modernization and socio-cultural values coexist? And in today's program, we're going to deal with this topic: modernization and socio-cultural values. Joining me now on this set is Brunette Nzamba. Brunette Nzamba is an MC and teacher of English. Hello and welcome to this program.
Hello, Mr. Yi, and thank you. Thank you for having invited me. So I'm very proud, and so I'm very happy to be here.
The pleasure is shared. I'm delighted as well. Just it's been a while. I hosted a lady on the set dealing with different topics. So you're there. I don't say you're there, but you among those
so I'm
ladies.
honored.
Brave, you're honored just to be here on this platform to discuss today's a relevant issue. Modernization and social-cultural values. As a Congolese, you know a lot about what's going on in terms of social-cultural values. So before we kick it off, I want you to tell us or to break down the concept, modernization.
Okay, modernization is a transformative process. So here we are trying, to transform a country or something. So we're going to say country because we're talking about the country. So we're trying to transform the country into a country or respond, to the world or to the global criteria, to global needs. I think it is how can we mean or give the meaning of modernization.
Okay, if you want to make it plain, so it means that modernization is part of globalization?
Right, all right, yes, because with modernization concern a country, but globalization concern the globe. So with globalization, we have the main word is globe. So globalization concerns the globe or the world. And with globalization, so we are making the world or the globe in interdependent place where there is exchange of ideas, information, and technology. And with modernization is just a part, because we're trying to respond to all those ideas or world needs.
Okay. This video will highlight the need for us to understand clearly the concept, the modernization and the social-cultural values. So the title of this video is Meets the Tradition Meets Technology. Please take a look at this and we'll be back.
In India, the power of nature is revered, celebrated as a divine force. Here, the energy is nurtured, both within and outside. As believer of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Earth is one family. Ideas are shared freely for global good. Power that lights up lives. Power shared with the people. Embodied in innovations like UPI, making transactions seamless. and AI breaking language barriers. Power that propels 1 billion aspirations to soar new heights in a democratic way. To the last mile. We are laying the foundation for a smarter future with fiber optics, smart electric grids, and EV charging infrastructure. A sustainable future crafted through the Panchamrit strategy.
क्लाइमेट चेंज पर इस वैश्विक मंथन के बीच मैं भारत की ओर से इस चुनौती से निपटने के लिए 5 अमृत तत्व रखना चाहता हूं। ये पंचामृत क्लाइमेट एक्शन में भारत का एक अभूतपूर्व योगदान होंगे।
Achieving remarkable milestones in renewable energy. Welcome to Bharat, India. Where tradition meets technology. Welcome to IEC GM 2025 as we foster a sustainable world.
So I'd like you to help us, even the audience, to understand why is this topic relevant in Congolese context?
Yeah, this topic is really important in this context or in our context because we are on the track of development. DRC, our country, we are on the way of development. We are working every day, all of us together, to be developed, to develop our country. And in this position of development, so we need our values. We need to know what are our values, our social-cultural values, and how can we put it, or how can we adapt to a modernization norm, okay, but without losing our identity.
Okay, so now we want to know, on one hand we have modernization and on the other, social-cultural values. Is there any compatibility between these concepts, two concepts?
So,
the link between modernization and social-cultural values. Can these both concepts go hand in hand?
Yes, for sure. Those concepts can coexist, because with modernization, plays, we want to develop a country. Okay, to develop a country is undeveloped, and by developing a country, that means we have image, we have some image, or the world, our world is growing, okay? Our technology is growing, our everything is growing, and we want to match this image, or to adapt this image to our culture. But even though we have to first many things, because it requires, okay, a new mentality. It requires us to keep our identity, okay? To keep our identity, and with our identity, we have our language, we have the way that we think, we see things, the way that we're working, and generally we are Congolese people or African people are, so they welcome. Okay, they used to welcome people who come abroad. Okay, those are values that we have. We have a respect of elders. Okay, and family is really important. We have a good or a great place in the society, and there is some social cultural values that we have to keep. And even though we have modernization, but those values that we cannot lose.
Okay, you have highlighted some values, called some cultural values we have in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's quite understandable because you yourself are Congolese, lady. Yeah. So you can quote those values, even though you don't mention all of them, but you see, because we cannot delve into modernization without know some Congolese cultural values.
Yeah.
And now, would you please tell us, without naming the negative aspect of social cultural values, those positive which could allow Congo to move forward?
Okay. So I think those are, if I can enumerate, those social cultural, I think the first is respect of elders, respect of hierarchy, and we have marriage. Marriage is really in the center of the society and must be respected because family, so marriage is marriage concern two families. It is the principle, is really principle, something that we have to keep, because when we see in other people, other areas, marriage concern all the two people, okay? But here, when you marry somebody, you have to know that you marry this family too. So we have those cultural values that we can find here.
Okay, is it true that when we talk about modernization, certainly we copy some of the things as through social media, there are problem of migration, people move from one sector, one place to another. We can easily copy those values and live together or coexist. Yeah. So you think what could the Congolese citizens try from modernization to adjust to social cultural values? How can it be possible? What can be done to take what is positive or to put them together, both modernization and some cultural or some social cultural values?
Yes, I think, as I say that we have to, even though we try to make it together or to put them together, but it's something that we have to adjust, okay, to adjust or to adapt, okay. So there are also some social cultural values, okay, were like discriminated, like we can see in the past that, okay, there is, even though we're talking about emancipation, the word emancipation, but it is not something that is really effective here. So we are working, we have to work, okay, we have to work on, and with those values, for example, the respect of elders. Okay, respect of elders, I think it is something that we have to keep, okay, because it's really precious, the respect of hierarchy, but even because we want a developed country, and when we don't know how to respect hierarchy, how to respect authority, okay, it is not the gender, and we cannot act as we want, okay, we have to respect the person or people who are in the head, and it is a part of our social culture that we have to keep. And another something or another value, okay, it is it is, I think, the way that we consider witchcraft, okay. Other people say it is our ancestor, values that we have to keep, but witchcraft, okay, it is also the cause of many homeless children. Right. So we're gonna see many children in the world, but if you try to know the story, you want to try to know what happened. Yeah, we discovered that was because we put the witchcraft in the high top. Okay, it really considered, and the major other illness are considered, okay, I'll consider it as like witchcraft, but need to have professional help.
Okay, there are positive aspect or positive side of some cultural social cultural values, and we can keep gender, for instance, back in time, according to the national local mindset, ladies are really fit for the kitchen. But today you can have ladies in the public administration. Yeah. You have ladies like you just speak out, right, to be there as a guest. So these are positive things. It means that social cultures can link easily with modernization, some positive thing. But there is another thing we're going to watch. through this video about new technology. Could it make life better? Please look at this video and we'll be back.
Technology is changing our world. Our devices allow us to do things that were previously unimaginable. But is that a good thing? Do our devices bring us together, or are they separating us? Or are we more alone? Are we more connected to knowledge, or just more likely to believe misinformation? We know that new technology helps save lives, but what about the health risks from being so sedentary? Are we more distracted, or are we more engaged? What are the effects of adding metrics to our social interactions? And what does it mean that you can publish anywhere at any time and share your voice with the world? Explore the pros and cons of technology and defend whether it's making life better or worse here on Earth. Be sure to include facts and deep analysis.
Now, we're going to talk about now public administration, because gender, we have to have equality, 50-50. Lady as well in public institutions. So you think that the social cultural values play out a key role in that sector as well, public administration, when we talk about shake-up, when we talk about reform. Social cultural values can play a key role in the modernization?
Yes, yeah, I think, yeah. So I have to say it is something that we're working on, even though there is nowadays, Congolese people are talking about a women emancipation, but it is not something that have to give it, that they have to offer women. I think it is something that we have to deserve. And we are working to have a great or a big participation of a woman in those areas of taking important decision about the country. And then there is a difficult because women are like a race mentality. They're like a race, because there's a problem of psychology. Okay, it is like they give them the independence, but they don't want to take it, or maybe they fear. Okay, they're like shy. They don't know, because the society is telling something, but in the family, they are reminding them that you a woman. Okay, you a woman, you cannot take decision. You must be there. You must rise or remain in the chicken. But it is something that women themselves have to work on, okay, to go out those way of saying, but working to integrate the public administration, but taking with the working with work, but not something that they have to give or they have to offer them.
All right, so now we want to focus on social development. It's true, for social development, there are many things to cover or to talk about. Now, what could be the contribution of social cultural values when we want to develop Congo, especially society, community? What could be the positive aspect of social cultural value?
I think the positive social cultural values that we can consider is solidarity. I think even though there are problems, each country has problem. Okay, they have to face their challenges, but even though we face many challenges, many obstacles, but the positive thing is solidarity. And when we're together, when we put solidarity like the main factor of development, so things will be developed, because there we are working together. So we don't want to be jealous to another partner or work partner. I don't need to be jealous of my family member. So I respect the place that I have in the society. I respect also the place that another person has in the society, and together we do our job. Yeah, and then the country will go forward.
Okay, positive aspect. There are also some negative aspects that need to be fought, because this will help country move forward. It's something really important to discuss, to talk about this clearly, for people to know how each one can develop his mindset to contribute to the great extent to the development of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Nice.
The following video will now focus on social media. Social media plays as well a key role in young people's mind, teenagers and so forth. Please watch the following video and we'll be back.
I check my phone a lot.
More than I can count.
I check it usually when I wake up in the morning.
Before school, on the bus ride to school.
During school.
A couple times each class.
At lunch.
Probably check it at break. After school.
Walking home.
While I'm doing homework.
I'm constantly checking my phone until I go to bed.
I have definitely been emotionally affected by social media, maybe even depressed, but it's hard to say which causes what sometimes.
Sometimes when I'm sad, I like to communicate with my friends on social media, and that really makes me feel less lonely.
I never really feel depressed or anything like that, just because there's always somebody to talk to and always somebody that's there for you. That's kind of a good thing about social media.
On social media, you can talk to people, but like you can't really get your emotion across. I sometimes wish that it wasn't a thing so I could just hang out with my friends and play basketball or do other things like that.
After getting my phone, in-person interactions, it's been replaced by text and call and FaceTime.
Yeah, when I do my homework, my phone is normally next to me, and I definitely do check it, and sometimes I get sidetracked.
If my parents saw some of the things that I saw on social media, I think they would be very shocked.
I've heard racist and sexist comments in comment sections.
There's a lot of bullying, obviously, that goes on online, which is horrible.
They will comment something rude with language that is offensive, and people make it very personal and hurtful. They just want to invalidate you and your feelings.
I don't really wish for the days when I didn't have my phone because it gives me so much stuff that I cherish.
The thing I love most about social media is to stay connected with my friends.
Over spring break, I broke my phone and I didn't have it for a week and everyone thought I was dead. It was just so impossible to contact me.
I like to make artwork and write, and so sometimes I'll use that as a platform to display my art.
I think I really enjoy social media when I am discussing issues with like-minded people or talking about things I'm very passionate about.
I think it's a mixture of everything that's on social media that makes it so cool. There's the Snap shows, there's Snapchat streaks.
It's just something that's like a habit to do when I get on my phone.
It's something new, it's always exciting, it keeps your attention, and that constant turnover of adding new things definitely contributes to the amount of time people spend on it.
All right. Now, another question while we were preparing before we enter the studio is why do Congolese social-cultural values vary regarding marriage and are not equally applied? This is a really key question, you as a lady. Why? When we talk about marriage, you see in Kinshasa City, a lady bride prices lower is not really expensive, then is really expensive as a high-priced bride. Then a lady living in the countryside. Why the difference?
So the difference is because we have many tribes. Okay, I think if we say with the statistic in the world, I think we're gonna be the first country who has many tribes. We have many tribes, different tribes, and in each tribe they have the culture. Okay, they have the culture. They have the amount. They have the amount of dowry, and it is customer. Okay, the custom, and when we have several custom, it is different to our legislator or common legislator to make a law, okay, or will put everybody together. And in another side, marriage is like a security for family or for a woman. And in the families, when you marry half a woman, that means it is a security for her, because we have the problem of poverty. Okay, we have the problem of poverty, and the parents see she is a woman, she must get married, and so men will work, women will work, but with a society consideration. Okay, when a woman gets married, so she is more considerate if she is not. Yeah. And another part is. As we don't have a common law, we can put everybody, all customers together. Yeah, that's the problem. That the reason why everybody is free to do or to fix the amount
for
of
some
dowry.
Family heads, parents or our father ask, or uncles can ask expensive dowry. It's like a business. It's started a business with that. And in others, just a symbol you can give just to have the lady. So you think that someday things could change? And if there will be a change, from which institution? The Congress, or lawmakers, or the government, customary chiefs? Where would that change come if you could expect a change in the days ahead?
Yes, I think things will change. Yes, if we have the courage, to put everybody together, because with our tribes, okay, we have the chief of the tribe. Maybe is the one who got decision for everybody. And when we want to have a law or we put everybody together or tribe together, I think lawmakers will have a meeting. Why not having a meeting with those chiefs, both chief of the tribe, and see together how can they fix an amount? How can they fix things, or will be like a symbolic that we're going to pay for dowry?
All right. So we covered this a fascinating topic, modernization and socio-cultural values. So what could be your expectations in the days ahead? That you think things will get better than today in view of everything we covered during this discussion?
I think it's possible. It is possible if we got hope, but we cannot be limited by having hope. So we have to work on. Yeah.
Okay, Gwyneth and Zamba, thank you so much for joining us on this program. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much.
This brings us to the end of today's program, Modernization and Socio-cultural Value. It was really a fascinating topic. We tried to explore challenges and opportunities facing our societies, from technological progress to cultural influences. We covered pretty much. And then we are still hopeful that things will move forward, even though there is modernization, positive aspect of modernization, and negative aspect to be rejected, even social cultural values that should be preserved from our ancestors. So it was really wonderful to discuss the relevant topic. Stay updated on the second national channel, RTS de Development. Bye. Here are some highlights of this program. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that is Brainstorm. You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.